All right, going on YouTube right here. This is not a replay back here. We got Icky Tha Don back in the studio this time with a better setup, the lighting, desk chairs, and all that stuff. Last time you seen me was on episode number 6. For the guys that didn't see that, go back and go back over that stuff. We're not gonna hit that stuff again. It's gonna be new stuff promoting the checking out mainly the DVD setup and also this XXL debut for artists to watch and everything, man. So again, definitely go back there and check out the beginning right here. But again, this is gonna be Icky for Chicago. And again, man, just thanks for stopping in the shop and checking everything out. The biggest thing I wanted to talk to you about, man, is the XXL Magazine. Just I want to know personally what goes into getting on the radar to get inside of it, man. Because I mean, I've seen you're the first person I know personally that's been in there and so that for me, man, that's a cool deal. And he hooked me up with the copy right here. And then the guys, you can definitely go check that out. XXL, what issue is this?
April issue.
April 2019, not 2009 and shit, man. That's on some genuine stuff right there and everything. But yeah, man, definitely go check that out, man. And it's very cool. Again, honored to sit across from this guy, man. He grinds harder than anybody I know here. And like, I mean, when I'm motivated and fully going and everything, man. Seeing, knowing that there's people out there like Icky out there doing their thing, man. That's what keeps me going. And it doesn't matter about cars or whatever. It's any genre. It's dudes who want to get dudes who want to climb in volcanoes and do whatever, man. The only thing out there stopping you is you. And that, people out there sitting back and hating, you stopping you, man. Don't do that.
Facts.
Don't do that, man. So again, man. So like kicking off, basically, I want to do like your DVD. Because I know you just dropped that, man. So what's up with the DVD and where can they find it and where can they order it and stuff like that?
Okay, the DVD will be directly through me. You can get it. It's called Best of Icky Tha Don, man.
Yeah, because I definitely want to check this out, man. Somehow you're gonna get this thing on Netflix. Are you gonna? I know you got the copy right here, but are you looking at doing any digital downloads or stuff like that?
Probably in the future, but right now we're just
that's where it's going
on Japan right now. I hooked up with DJ Yamakaz from Bar Nitrous. Man,
okay.
And got up with him, showed him my business ideas. We linked up, talked about it, and made it come together. But what brought me to that was when I first came to Masawashi, Japan, man. The hip hop scene, it was here, it was live. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I was just trying to do everything I can do. You know what I'm saying, to get out there to grind.
Yeah.
So I saw these.
When did you get here?
I want to say summer, June 2016. Man, I remember it like it's nothing.
So yeah, 16. I was over it. I was out. But I was working over at actually you guys at the same time open up because I opened up.
Really?
You said June?
June.
Yeah, because I opened up. I was still working on bass in July 2016 was when I turned in that cat card because I was still I was going back and forth, so I was grinding, definitely like getting the shop up and everything, man. So
definitely, man.
Yeah, man. So like
salute to that.
Yeah, man. So like I say, far as the rest of the DVD stuff and everything.
I went into Elite Hip Hop, which was on the corner over there before you get to Max Value, right across the street from the Piece of Curry joint. You know what I'm saying? So picked up this DVD called L Focus. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them guys. They're doing their thing. And I hit the manager up who owns a club. Shout out to DJ L Slide and Lavish. So I was like, yo, what's up? Can I get on this DVD? You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm willing to, I'm bringing business opportunities to people.
Yeah.
They like, nah, sorry, we only do like a
yeah.
And I wasn't even tripping, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like,
cool.
What?
Motivation.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Motivation.
Hit my mans up in Chicago. Shout out to Mr. E Videos. They put me on volume 134 and volume 132 with Meek Mill on the cover. Volume 134 had Slim Thug, Paper Route Entertainment, Gucci Man, all them guys. And my DVD is just like a compilation of what's going on in hip hop. So he doing it right. It's like, why not throw some local artists in there, or artists that's not as big as these other artists? Right. Especially if your videos is up to par to those guys. And that's what brought me to bring my own DVD out.
So what's on your DVD? What's the contents of it? Like, how's it laid out and everything?
Okay, we got kind of like, I call it the best Icky Tha Don. I know I ain't been out in the game that long, but I've been out in the game a while to
Right.
put a lot of video content out. So it goes from pretty much all my videos from when I first got in the game, excluding two, to now, which I also released on here a bonus documentary footage, just riding around.
That's the one in Chicago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So we took that, you know what I'm saying, off YouTube to get the fans something, you know what I'm saying, exclusive to the DVD. Also, we put an unreleased joint on here that I shot in Hawaii before the feds came. It was some black guys who owned a restaurant called Mom's Soul Food, man. Shout out to them, man.
Soul Food restaurant in Hawaii.
Oh, in Hawaii, man. And I shot the video out of there. Oh boy, let me do it in there. And it's kind of like history because that to this day that restaurant is not there no more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's an unreleased joint called Don Shit. So where I'm from was a Jay-Z remix. I took Jay-Z's Where I'm From and we shot that in my hood. Then jumped on that joint with None of That from we're featuring SD of GBE, Chief Keef's Camp. Then we jump into Lacoste, Running to the Money, Foreign Affairs, which was actually shot in Roppongi, Tokyo.
Okay.
So that was a dope joint, you know what I'm saying? That was my first look at a video in Japan, you know what I'm saying, since this time. And yeah, man, pretty much we wrapped it up with L-Town Crazy and Trouble, man, which is some throwback joints. But all together, you know what I'm saying, we put this together. I put it together myself while like everybody was scared to jump out there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes money to make money, and that's what people don't understand.
Yep.
It takes money to make money.
And that's how we were talking about off before we went live and went recorded. The last time you were here, you were after we got done, you were talking about like the banners and stuff like that, and hit you up with the Saito signs.
Yeah, shout out to Saito.
And then you went right there the next day, like, hey man, Saito, and it hit me up when you got it done. And I'm like, man, stuff to me because there's so many guys that come here and they see me doing my thing and then they ask questions and they I'm like, I kind of want to like rush them out, but I was like, I kind of could tell they're not really serious. But it's like, to see people take the information and then like, go do it. And then, that's the difference between. Yeah, man. No problem, man. Again, no problem, man.
You know what? I was trying to look for that shit for 3 years.
Yeah.
Since I've been here. I was like, damn, what can I get?
I know somebody. I seen it, so I knew somebody. I'm like, I was the way I got on it was my flags, and then after I went there, I'm like, man, this dude, he's doing so pretty much everywhere in Masawa that you see signs, that's Saito.
Yeah, that's
he got
crazy.
And you see how like he's a chill, like laid back. That dude, that's like that. That's that when you just cool and all your bills are paid and you got it on lock, man. And that's where I want to be.
See that they made them sign.
Shit, you even do the cop. Sometimes you go there, you'll see the cop cars in there. They do like all the stickers.
Yeah, the Pizza Hut joints.
Yeah,
they did.
Like he got it on. He got it.
Smash.
And that's when I see
Shout
him.
Out to Saito's son,
when I see him like that, man, and that's what I'm like, man. That's what makes me work towards. And it's 3 years in. It's crazy, man. 3 years is already shit, man. I hate to say it, but summer is just got hot, but it's about to get cold again in Masawa. And to see guys like that, I want 5-10 years in, it should be cruise control and everything. Right now, I got to be militant and all stuff like that, man. So I mean, in your DVD prep and everything, like where'd you get everything pressed up and everything and packaging and all that stuff, man?
Shit.
What was the most challenging, stuff process?
The most challenging is just actually communicating because my Japanese not all up the part,
right.
But communication with DJ Yamakaze. He had my idea. We used the translator. Shout out to Line app.
Yeah, the technology, man.
Japan, man. If you in Japan and you ain't got Line,
then I Google Translate.
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
But shout out to Line. Yeah, it kind of helped me out using the translator. And then shout out to Tetsu because he shot some of the photography for the photos inside the studio. So I wanted to kind of use my grind as the front cover. This grind was just a picture from the studio, from the actual inside the booth, a close-up. And he shot that professionally.
Okay.
He out here on the grind as well, shooting videos and everything. So, yeah, just that was the hardest part in deciding how many I want to press up. Should I press up, 1,000?
Yeah.
Should I press up 500? Everybody ain't really, grinding, going crazy over DVDs nowadays because, things change.
Yeah, everything's digital. And then also the that's one of those things where like when you go into merch, it's like you don't want to. I see, and I haven't even done. I've been over 3 years, and I've done a few shirts, but it's like that demand ain't there yet. So it's like hard. You know what I mean? If you do 20. Then you get those all solo. Then you got people who wait. Then while they waiting, they lose interest and everything, man. So that's how many did you end up, like, if you don't mind, like, what's the number that you end up pressing, man?
Whew, just I made 2,000.
2,000,
man. all yen.
Yeah.
Hand to hand transactions. Tax free money. That's all I'm gonna say. I got like about 10 DVDs left.
Okay.
So that's not bad.
That's good, man. And then this is.
I was selling them for 2,000 yen a piece,
Okay.
which is $20.
Yeah, roughly 1-to-1 ratio. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's nice to see. Like, when it comes back around, man. Because again, even with the your L-Town Crazy and L-Town Crazy 2, like you even got the barcodes. You got this is like most guys they were back in the day. They give you like a DVD like case with just a blank CD. Yeah, like and then like some flowers or something.
Yeah.
And like what I mean, that presentation, man. Like even when you get a business card or whatever, that right there will set you. Like, I mean, when you hand this off to somebody, like,
it's
to check,
like
check out, like, they'll be more, for the guys out there, man, you got, everything is shrink wrapped and labeled. They'll be more apt to check your stuff out versus, tossing it. Because, I mean, you going up to these guys, and you give them their demo or whatever, they just come like, they get that all day. Yeah, whatever, man. They just toss it in the back and maybe they listen to it, man. So the presentation is definitely up to par, man. And good like that, man. It's just that.
That's why we bumped into each
yeah,
other, man.
Yeah, we met kind of because I mean we met when we met during that joint the club, and that was what end of last summer.
Yeah, it's
man.
Crazy, man. It's been 3 years. It's just like I tell the young cats, coming up, like you gotta put some money into yourself, man.
Yeah,
it's cool to look cool and everything, but at the end of the day, you want some dollars.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're just doing it for free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These other cats out here getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, pay me.
Yeah,
these people. It's the mentality now. Because you gotta be. It's like people will push over you.
Yeah.
But not to like brag or nothing, but it's just for example, like you said, I came in to Masawa in 2016. I ain't gonna count L-Town Crazy 1, but released L-Town Crazy 2 at Sawako Sun Elite's Hip Hop Shop.
Where'd you record that? The bulk of that at?
I record the bulk of it. Well, it's kind of everywhere. Chicago, Hawaii, and then, because I always got to go back to my roots. And then the rest closed it out in Japan, which was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking like, damn, how I'm gonna release this type of album in this type of country? You know what I'm saying? So just dealing with that, because everybody like it ain't like I'm a Japanese rapper or something like that.
Yeah, man, that's the best. That's the, I mean, that's the Japanese dudes are following what we created. You know what I mean? Exactly. We honestly been the black community or whatever, and coming out, starting out in New York and then moving across eventually to the West Coast. So they're emulating. They're emulating what we do. That's emulating our culture. You know what I mean? So it's like that's not like we ain't got to ask for permission to do what we do. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
So and that's actually probably why it did better over here, because you're not trying to you're not trying to bring a, because some guys when they get here they try to do the Japanese hip hop instead of doing hip hop. Yeah. So it's like they don't want to see what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They want to see the real.
It's like a slap in the face.
I mean, and then honestly, Ben, I mean, if you were from Nebraska, maybe it wouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be as. Not saying Nebraska ain't got some.
And it's like this. If I want a Japanese person on my shit, I'm gonna pay for the feature.
Right.
Shout out to Gaia K too. He gonna be on a new project that I just finished up called Foreign Affairs. I'm deciding should I even drop a bonus track called Masawa.
Okay.
And some details about it. And it's facts. It's basically talking about, I shouted you out in the song too.
Okay.
But I'm not even done writing it. But it's almost finished, man. If I can, right now time is on my side. If I can finish it up before I move to Tokyo, touch back down to the crib in Chicago, we'll be on, man. But,
all right. So where you so what's the next destination after Japan, man? Where you looking to go set up and everything and do all that stuff, man?
Right now, I can't really say.
Yeah, I got
future,
you.
I probably I'm thinking like back to the state side, maybe take Atlanta on storm, the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Wherever I go though, my music gonna go with me.
Right.
But I know one thing, like we stand in Japan for a couple more years,
Yeah.
man. So I'm going ahead and move down south.
Okay.
Be closer to Tokyo to see what that scene is like.
Well, you know, I'll be around there. I'll be down there, man. So definitely
could link up and I could bring you to the studio.
Yeah, I want to definitely get the because that, you know, people like, oh man, you got the business and all stuff like that. I'm like, dude, yeah, I'm doing it like that, but you know, I don't want to like the skill sets I got. I mean, you know, you can't call it bragging or what. I'm comfortable with what I do with the NPC. So it's like a lot. That's a different, you know, that's a different community to link up with. You never know who you meet with in there and who they know, and that networking, man, is very vital, man. Because again, if I didn't do that thing that night, and Wiz asked me, I'd be like, nah, man, I'm busy doing these cars. I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have met Red Rock. I wouldn't have met, you know, yeah, man. So like, you know, he set that up, and then, you know, and then even right after that, I met Red Rock. Red Rock got me a car. From down in Sendai, sold that, and that paid that connection within 2 months. That car that I sold paid my rent for that month. You know what I'm saying? Man. So again, you know, and I was kind of like tight, and it's like weird how that works out, man. So like the truth,
God, man, nothing but God, man. That's why I count my blessings. I don't try to, you know, shit on nobody. I'm humble. Right. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah,
like
man,
that's what I was saying, like
being out of Chicago, man. Like I said, I know we kind of right when we left off the last time. You know, some tragic stuff happened, and you know, near fatal stuff. And I don't know if you want to touch on that, but to let people know how that was. But coming again,
you can touch on that. Man. I got shot in the head back in 2001, and I'm a living testimony. Basically, you know what I'm saying. Chicago is crazy, man. You never know when it's gonna go down, but it goes down, and it's sad because it's mostly, you know, majority of the time violence happens in Chicago. It's mostly black and brown doing it to each other, man. And the cops, you know what I'm saying, that's, you know, not politically correct or whatever, or have certain judgments or around people of race and color, whatever, they enjoy the shit. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, man, I try to stay out the way, man. You know, it's a lot of violence going on, a lot of gang banging going on, a lot of politics. I try to stay out the street politics, man, but, you know what I'm saying, I'm in the mix because that's where I'm from.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying, I'm cool with everybody, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, as long as the motherfucker ain't trying to take no food out of my mouth, we ain't got no problems. That's anywhere, worldwide. You know right.
So the situation leading up to your incident, man, is that something was it you just like, just in the wrong place, wrong time, or? It
was kind of a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna really get it.
Oh yeah. No.
I mean,
no, man.
It's just I want to say it without, because you know I don't know who watched.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But
no, we ain't gotta name no names and stuff like that, man. I just my thing about bringing it up, man, is just again, you know.
It was late. It was late. March 2001. We was like 6 deep. Chevy Impala. One situation led to the next. These girls was on the corner. We was talking to these girls. My homie stepped in. You know, he said something kind of disrespectful. We checked it. We was trying to squash it. This guy in front of us the whole time. Bell up out the car. You know what I'm saying? We bell up on him. You know what I'm saying? So he saw he was like outnumbered. But as we was getting back into the car, you know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere, one of the guys from the sidewalk or whatever, I guess he was peeping the whole scene because my eyes was everywhere. It happened so fast, you know what I'm saying? Like 6 shots rang out with a 4.5, you know what I'm saying? And I ducked. That's when, you know, that's why I got the tattoo blessed on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not done with it yet, but got the tattoo blessed on me, man, because in 2001, I died, and I came back. Like, you know what I'm saying? After I got shot, I lost so much blood in the back seat of the Chevy. My homie Corey, E-Dub, they was all up in that bitch trying to keep me from passing out. But it was so painful. It felt like somebody plugged the iron up. You know how you leave the iron up? Right. Touch it, but you couldn't take your hand off the iron, man. So it's just feeling all that burning sensation with, like, you taking a bath in some hot scalding ass water. Your blood becomes like a bath. It's just like you taking a bath in your shoes. So there was blood everywhere, and I still didn't know, like, if the bullet was enlarged in my head. But by that time it had went out. They took me to West Suburban Hospital, which at this time still don't have a fucking trauma unit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's up with West Suburban, but a lot of people go to Loyola. They transported me to Loyola. Shout out to the Loyola doctors that was working March 2001, man. I swear to God, like, and it was something to see, man. I would hate to, like, put my parents through shit like that. So now, in the streets of Chicago, just going through that situation, you know what I'm saying? It's kill or be killed, you know what I'm saying? Kill first, ask questions last. Because you can kind of feel, like, the situations, you know what I'm saying? You kind of got to watch cats, their body language, you know what I'm saying? How everybody moving, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to, one thing you don't want to do in Chicago, and this, you know what I'm saying, are real facts, like, because I've been through it, is argue with a motherfucker. You don't want to argue with no motherfucker. Lip boxing with a motherfucker, that shit dead. You be arguing with a motherfucker in one spot, pull out a gun and take your life, and you die right there. I seen it, man. Like, it's crazy, but enough with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm living, I'm blessed, you know. My music still touches back and forth on the street stuff, but you know what I'm saying, it was stuff from the past mostly. So now moving forward, you know, we always want to keep moving forward. I rap about anything, man. Like, I'm a hip hop artist. I won't say I'm like a gangster rapper. I'm like a true artist. I could rap about anything, and that's what sets me apart from other rappers, man, because they talk about stuff they never witnessed, you know what I'm saying? And when I, you know, first came to Masawa, like, I saw some cats talking about stuff, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Just didn't add up.
Yeah, man. That's the thing, man. The guys who are normally from those situations, like they're really from there,
they don't like.
They don't. You're over here, man. You snowboard. You're doing all this stuff in Japan, like far thousands of miles away from where we're from, man. You know. And like now that I think, I remember one day being out Dakota, and being at the top of the mountain, man. And like, you know, I'm sitting. I was waiting for my guys to come, man. I'm like looking in the sky, like, dude. I'm a dude from East Baltimore, man. Like, you know what I mean? All the stuff I've seen and all the crossfires I've been in, and luckily I didn't get hit, and I'm well over 6. Just we playing baseball or whatever, man. Somebody on there did something to somebody early that day, and I happened to be with them. And, you know, man. It's like we definitely know a lot of the same situations, but different, but still the same inner city. You know, black on black, black on brown violence, and it's mostly over petty dumb stuff, man. And it's a small, like, I don't, like, geographically, I'm not sure how big the size of the town was, but Baltimore is really small. So if you do something to somebody in West Baltimore, you're gonna run into them East Baltimore. I mean, Baltimore is separated by a big park. So it's Drew Hill Park. You go through there, East Baltimore. You go through the Drew Hill Park, West Baltimore. So it ain't like dudes can't catch a bus over there. I mean, ain't nobody catching a bus.
Kind of like the west side of Chicago.
So it's west side, east side. Then you got north. Nobody. North is like whatever. South is like I guess they call it like trailer park trash. White. No, the poor whites.
Chicago is big, man. You got like the west side that's like a whole another state, a whole nother city. I ain't gonna say state. The west side like a whole city. The south side like a whole city. The east side like a whole city, the north side like a whole city, and then you got downtown. Separates. They try to, you know. The city is very.
Well, downtown's like is that's where like tourists. Baltimore is the same way. So like the way it felt to me, man, when I was there, was we would go like it was like we would ride down on our bikes or whatever, take our book bags. We had like inner tubes, and we ride. I mean, we just all we had was bikes. You know, we was riding the mongoose and the trick bikes and all that. Most of them were stolen. I didn't steal mine. I just, here, man, take this. I ain't know where it came from. I just wrote it. And we go down there, man. And then Baltimore around like the late 90s, they developed this like, not police, but they're like a police and force, but they just like, not, they just carry like the batons and the witch comb. And it was pretty much was it telling like, we're natives. And he's like, oh, why y'all here? Like, this is our town.
Yeah.
And like, they're like, if you ain't buying it, you gotta leave. Like it's because they didn't want the tourists to be scared of the guys that were from there. So it's like when you go downtown, you feel like you're like in Florida where you're home. That's your hometown. 5 minutes from your home, but they make you feel like alienated. DC's the same.
Exactly.
Like DC, you don't see too many people going on the Capitol Hill and all that stuff because that's all tourist stuff, man. So it kind of sucks, man. And then, but you know, saying all that to say. We've both been through those same situations where they make you feel unwanted, and we're in another country prospering and growing stuff, man.
One time when after I got shot, you know, because I had patches of hair. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I went bald, and you know what I'm saying? I had a little Tupac face going on because I felt like, damn, I got shot.
Yeah,
you know, I can't be stopped type shit. You know what I'm saying? But anybody can get touched, but it just felt good to come back from that without no type of
Those are actually husband therapy.
disabilities. And, you know, I was out the hospital for like 24 hours.
Really?
Straight up.
So no, didn't do no therapy, no, didn't have
The
any.
doctors told me this. They say, man, it pays to have a hard head, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because what happened, the bullet went in, you know what I'm saying, from the right side, rolled the skull, you know what I'm saying, and came out. So it's kind of like
So it was a topical nerve. So it didn't touch your brain? Or?
It didn't, yeah. If it would have cracked the skull,
yeah.
News would have been everywhere, man. But it was crazy to come from something like that, survive that, and then you get around cats that's like not solid or not authentic.
You ain't got time for it, man.
Turn off.
Yeah.
It's kind of like beat it.
Yeah.
You got cats out here throwing gang signs in the club, like, you know what I'm saying? And you know they not from about that because like they wouldn't be doing what they doing, you know what I'm saying? If they was really like that, you would still be back there doing that.
Right.
If you want to throw games.
Yeah, you want to be in dress blues on Monday.
yeah.
It's
crazy, man. So it's like me, I got away from that shit. I was a hustler, man, you know what I'm saying? If I was beefing about anything, it was about money, man. I never like, I guess it's cats like me, you know what I'm saying, from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? It's mixed in the middle, but I never had to join a gang or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not knocking nobody who did, cause you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people, a lot of brothers, Vice Lords, GDs, you know what I'm saying? Blackstones, Latin Kings, Cobras. I can go on and name every gang in Chicago for it to be too long. It's a lot of them brothers that do good, you know what I'm saying? So
most of them, you know, most of those guys when they get and it's a common thing. You know, when I go on the road to Yokohama, Tokyo, I stream a lot. Like I watch a lot of other, you know, YouTubers like Vlad, Vice, stuff like that, and he interviews all these guys, and it's almost the same trend. You're not sympathizing with it, but when they explain why they became gang members, it's like in their community they had no choice, and all your dudes was in the gang. So like you had to, if you wanted to hang with them, you had to be down with what their cause was, even if you weren't doing nothing or whatever. And then they eventually, you know, most guys grow up and they get older and they still affiliate with it, but they like say like, you know, they'll tell the young, it's like they tell the young guys, man, it ain't. That life is not the way the movies portray it. It's not that way, man. And they're kind of like segueing from that, man. I mean, since the last time you were here, you know, the biggest news in hip hop, man, was you know, Nipsey Hussle. That went down, man, and that's still, man, like, you know,
rest in peace.
Yeah, man.
Hussle, man.
All deaths are not wanted. It's a part of life, unfortunately, and you know, but with him, man, you know. Outside guys will watch the videos and see like, oh, that's another black dude doing whatever, and then you know they didn't really know that they didn't see the story. Like I found out about him actually about 2.5 years ago, and then it was actually the way I found out about Nipsey was a CD I bought from Wiz, because I was like, man, I was like being like all this trap stuff, blah blah blah. Then I'm like, man, let me check some of this out because there's some good stuff mixed up in that. And then I see them like, man, who's this dude, man? Then I looked up, I'm like, then I'm seeing like he put himself up there, and I'm like, then I seen his story. I'm like, dude, this dude's like motivating, dude. Like I already started my business. Then I seen how, you know, they was like, you know, we doing all our own publishing, we doing all our own stuff. Then eventually they got hooked up with the labels, and then you know how what happened with all that stuff. And then, you know, but they build themselves up from the ground all the way up to that point to having the industries wanting them to do that. You know what I mean? And so like a dude, you're 33 years old, man, and doing so much stuff in the community. I mean, again, it sucks to lose any life, but man, people out there who don't know about Nipsey, man, definitely this YouTube check out his life story, man. It's very inspiring. This is way before his death, man. It's about a couple years before, and it was just showing again how they came up. And from the Slauson and all that stuff out there, and yeah, man, it's
check out Victory Lap too.
Yeah, man, it was refreshing, man, for him, because to me, man, he's one of those few guys, man, that could be put back in the 90s and murder in the 90s and like compete in the 90s easily. And there's not too many guys that today, man, where they can go back there and then be like, you know, and I hate to say it, but man, 90s was like that. I don't think there's never going to be an era like that. Like, I mean, when you go back and look at 97, when they hit 1997 and they had like Busta Rhymes, they had all, like, you look at that weekend, like that one weekend is like, I think all these albums dropped.
Oh yeah.
And like, I forgot what it was. And it was like, man, it's like Busta Rhymes. It was Snoop. It was Dre. It was all these artists that if anybody tried to drop like within that time and you weren't like hot, it was not happening, dude. It was not happening, man. I was like, then I didn't think about it living back in the era, and then now when I look back, I'm like, dude, all those albums dropped on that on that weekend. And, you know, you go down to Sam Goodies because there weren't no MP3s back then. And I remember, you know, the last CD I bought, man, was the last CD I remember buying off the shelf because I do digital downloads now because I've changed. I used to download it illegally, but after I had some stuff stolen from me, man, I don't steal from artists, man. I buy or download. Like I buy. Digital is the way. Now, man. That's why. I even seen. I was watching. Was that the deal with Charlamagne and them on the YouTube?
Oh, Breakfast Club.
Yeah, Breakfast Club, and who was the dude, man? Soldier Boy, because I didn't know. When he came out, I'm like, who the fuck's this guy, man? And then after he really shit on and told his story, like the dude was actually pretty smart, man. It still is. And then like I remember he said a fan came up to him was like, can I get this? Can I get that? He's like, you got my album? And she was like, no. She's like, download it right now, then I'll sign it. And like that's ball.
That's cool, I mean, I respect the hustle though, man. Cause out here, I'm gonna tell you with the DVDs, I even had to get my girl in. And if I'm dating anybody, people in Japan to tell you this, from ex-girlfriends to current girlfriends. If I got something, I'm an artist. I'm pushing something. You gonna push that shit too, cause this is a business. Like if you just fucking on me, like, well, we just, you know, nah, it's none of that. You gotta help me grow. I'm gonna help you grow. You know what I'm saying? Likewise, I'm not just like trying to use girls or nothing like that. But if your man got something going on, you're supposed to support your man, stand behind your man. It's just the American way, man. It's the American dream, and I try to install that in anybody, even if it's a guy, it's in my table, my homies or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, push this, man. So,
just pull it over a little bit more, man, the mic.
So, yeah, pretty much. Basically, like, the DVDs, I thought they kind of took a turn for the worse. Like, only 2 or 3 people bought them in myself.
You mean
so
when you first?
Yeah, so I was like, damn, what did I do? Now I'm stuck with all these DVDs. So we get to Icky Tha. Woo! Talk about the money train, man. I can't make this shit up. That's why I'm doing this song called Getting It in My Sour. Because I got it. I was in and out. I was getting it. When I checked, I was every day. I had a can. It was like a canister, garage popcorn. It had the Japanese baseball team. I just put whatever I made from the DVD up and up. And it just got to the point where I just had 10, like 2,000. When I counted, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow,
that's the best feeling, man. Like, you know, again, running the shop and just to, you know, a story that relates to that, man. It's like, you know, you got those struggling moments, man. But then like, and it for me is because you spent that money, so you kind of recoup. You're pretty much making the money back. But it's, you know, you're making the money back while putting yourself out there, and you know. Shout
out to the Japanese Masawa artist.
Yeah, man.
His name, Blue Forest. Yeah, he was one of the first ones that bought that joint around.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up 5 from you because I'm gonna pay you and everything and all that stuff because I want to put them here. And then for the guys out there who are watching, what I'm gonna do is, you know, somebody go ahead and I ain't been doing really too much giveaways, but let me get somebody out there to go ahead and share this stuff on Twitter, whatever, and I'll pick somebody. Get you a DVD over there, compliments of Icky Tha Don and Pinku style and everything, man. Because again, it's positive stuff. You know, depending on how, like, well, not depending on how you look at it. It's like, again, if you're not from that area and you don't know what's going on, man, it's just easy to like say, well, he just talk. It's like you're promoting bad stuff. Kind of like with NWA when they came out, and you know they know they made it when they're on the FBI radar. You got the people in Congress. You got dudes, and you seen the NWA movie, right? Yeah. So when they were like, dude, you know, I think I forgot what the part when he's like, man, he burned the CD. He's like, man, so what? They bought that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you burning the money. You bought CDs. You bought CDs to burn them. You know you paying us, right? Every time you buy that CD or those records, you're like, so what? They already paid for it.
Even with YouTube nowadays, man, like if people don't buy my latest joint, my Sour Hose, well, I put out a Tatiana remix. Shout out to Blueface too, man. And shout out to Satoshi, Club Hills, and One Blood, DJ Nightman. For some reason, you know, I didn't even have to say something. That's a good feeling when you come in the club. This is what I was trying to instill for 3 years of myself. You know, it was getting to a point where I had to ask the DJ, hey, can you play my song, man? Like, if you really fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? We authentic. You call myself trying to help. We trying to help each other out and get on. You know, if I get on, I'm gonna reach out to
and
you.
pull you up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the DJ that was breaking my shit.
Right.
So Wiz, everybody but Sato the other night, you know, I came in that joint, and before I could get to the DJ booth, like, you know what I'm saying, he was already playing Buzz Down, Tatiana remix, and the whole motherfucking crowd was grooving to that bitch because they already know the beat.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta do one of those cover songs to kind of like let other motherfuckers turn the cheek to the other music you got.
Yeah.
They know this song, so as soon as the beat come on, dun, 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 everybody like, oh, this Blueface. No, this Icky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta do that. And then I went next door to Club One Blood, and I reached up, told him he did it, you know, just out of love. I gave him $20. I bought Sato a drink because that's what I do. I feel like the DJs don't owe me that. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to play my fucking music.
Right.
So if I, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker generally play my shit, you know, I'm gonna hit them with
I don't know if you had a chance to check out the episode with Greg. I brought you up in the conversation, man. That was it's Greg Franklin, rapper Gami, man. He was like one of the top guys here for a while. Eventually, I'm gonna get y'all a link up, man, because you're gonna be down there. He's a good guy. I know, dude. He knows. He's fully fluent in it. He's all around good guy, man. And like to link those networks, man, is definitely vital to push y'all. Because again, he's been.
What episode was that?
That was Greg was like episode number 15 or 14. Yeah, definitely check that out, man. So I give you a shout out, man. But like we're kind of rolling off that, man. So I got this right here. Definitely want to get into this. And I'm definitely going to check this out. This edition right here. So man, I want to talk about the this edition of the XXL, man. Like how did you go about like getting in there and everything, man?
I've been watching my grind, man. 3 years of, like I said, I've been in my side where I dropped L-Town Crazy 2. I dropped the DVD. Now I'm already on my 4th installment, Foreign Affairs. L-Town Crazy don't want it don't count. It's been out there, but it kind of do count because wherever I go, my music go. So you know what I'm saying? So it do kind of count because I sold out an L-Town Crazy one. I didn't reprint these bitches until I got back in Japan. So I printed up a couple, like 100 rare copies or whatnot. So I'm doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker hit me up from New York. Like, yo, Icky, man, I'm the bouncer, man. I can get you in the XXL Magazine. And, you know what I'm saying? Money talks.
Yeah, man.
That was history. And I didn't believe it at first because, you know, people be online and through Instagram gimmicking and shit. So dude was like, yo, I get artists in there. That's what I do, man. This is my company in New York. We doing this. We doing that. Just trusted God. You know what I'm saying? Like I say.
Yeah, man. This is actually my I remember buying XXL like way back in the day, man. When it was a Wu-Tang. I think it's Wu-Tang, of course. 14. So definitely it's April, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So definitely, man. They check that out, man. Look up the story. And it's right here. This on the feed right there.
Oh yeah.
So that they see it going up there and everything. So, but yeah, man, that's definitely dope, man. Let's see your.
Icky Tha Don is a dope MC from the west side of Chicago, L-Town area, in which he was raised, inspired the L-Town Crazy mixtape series.
Right.
The Chi-Town name made a buzz in Japan with hit songs like I ain't got to say it. Motherfuckers know what it is out there, man. Fuck it, I'm gonna talk my shit on Pinku style TV. Podcast.
But yeah, man, that's like, so I mean, so generally the way it works, I've seen it when the guys that watch are going to be the guys that's going to end up on this cover, man. So I'm looking out to see you in there,
man,
and see what's up with that, man. So that just you just got to keep grinding, man.
Cover, if I just make a full, get a full story in her, I'm Gucci with that, man.
Because the thing about like this, man, like is when you get the a lot of guys, man, a lot of the young guys out there, when they get like, say a guy get like what you got here, that don't stop your grind. And I see there's a lot of guys, even when I got my magazines and stuff like that, and I got the shop, it's like that just it's like, all right, cool, next. It's like, all right, it's like
it's like a checkpoint.
It's like you look at it for like, all right, hour or two, and then like, all right, you can't, just like Jordan. If you after that first championship, it's like, all right, cool. But nah, he wanted more. You got to keep going, man.
Me and your situation, like shit, like first time you brought me to the podcast, I didn't even know you was in the magazines as well.
Yeah.
So I seen your whole layout, and I'm like, damn, it's kind of like.
And then you talk about
you. First.
Yeah,
so I'm sitting up here. It's my first look at XXL.
Yeah, and it's like they starting to pile up, man. And then and the cool thing about me, like I told you, and we'll talk about that. I told you about how they were kind of running it, but the thing about this is now I have the magazine company in the back of my pocket. I don't, but the thing is I don't want to call them up for. And it's like like I say, they kind of wrote a unfavorable article about me, but at the same time when I look back at it, I kind of contributed to it because I hit them up too soon, and the car wasn't like fully done. I knew it wasn't done, but the guy they was like, all right, cool, and they done, but we gonna flip it on them to make it look like this is a final product. So I'm like kind of being like, all right, cool. Now the magazine issue, then I got the shoot and everything, and it didn't really go well. The car wasn't performing, and then it came out, and then I'm thinking it's good, and then like the guy was like, one of my Japanese guys were angry. He was like, oh, they talking like mad shit. He was saying in his Japanese, yeah, and so he translated for me, yeah, and he was like, this and this, and then they put me crashing in the thing, and but the thing about it, I have a magazine company that I can hit up at any time, tell them I got a car, and they'll be here. So it's instant in the magazine. It's in the magazine. I can promote my business, but the thing is, now I know you got to learn how to play the game. So even when the dudes getting to Hollywood, everybody always has that story about where that contract they signed too fast, or they were looking at this is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you eventually do something that's too fast. You don't think about it as hard as you normally would.
How did it feel like when the actual magazine came out?
Oh, dude, that was
crazy. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, my first one was my first time being there was the joint right there on the wall. They were just at this was a called King of Asia, and I was the only American there. I was the only American. I was representing the whole America. I made it to top 16 out of it was 50 something cars that day. So I outdrove all these guys, got to that point. And then nice. He made it to that point and everything, and then they shot. So that was my first time in the magazine, so that was cool. And that weekend, dude, that's when I knew. And actually, since that weekend, I disappeared to start working on the business. So that weekend, dude, my Instagram and everything jumped up like 5,000. Like, I mean, dude, it was it was live streaming. So dudes are just like, oh, American in there. So everybody was like clicking on it and everything. It just and I got two companies like, hey man, we see you on the feed. I'm like, damn man, this.
That's love.
Yeah,
man.
And then I disappeared. So it's like I got all that steam, and then it went down. So, now I'm building the company up. Like dude's talking about why you ain't coming to MSP. Like, dude, I'm about to be in Brazil. I'm about to be in Europe drifting. Right. I'm about to be all these places. You talking about something that's 5 minutes up the road. That's that local, that small mentality, man.
That's what I was trying to tell artists around them, man. It's like, you
got a home base, but you got to move out.
You got to. And the next thing for Icky Tha Don and Nastyflow Records is to
pull
expand.
Up Nastyflow Records right here.
Hit up Kanagawa. My plans is to build a bigger, better studio out of Kanagawa. Shout out to your boy with the signs, because that's definitely gonna go in the studio.
Yeah.
Release this Foreign Affairs and start working on Operation Chopin.
Okay, Chopin.
Man, it's like what do you get when you put Chicago and Japan together and mix it all up? So with the whole Chopin thing, we finna come out with the clothing brand. You know what I'm saying? And I want this to kind of be like a solid album, not no mixtape type shit. So it'll be digital, and it'll be a couple rare jewel hard cases for the diehard fans.
Gotcha.
So.
And just real quick, man, for the guys out there, again, you guys are there watching, as you see, this is Icky Tha Don on the page right here, Nastyflow Records. So definitely go over there on Facebook. Check out his page, for the follow, and to follow everything. Man, I ain't got mine now. I'm like telling y'all to like it. I ain't even like it yet, man. So I just click like on it, which I think I did. I checked it off for some reason. But anyway, definitely go over there, look them up, and all these DVDs you're talking about right here, you guys can go ahead and get on that stuff and just follow it, man. Again, I'm only going to promote and have on here people who I believe in my circle who are definitely doing it. Definitely having the stuff like going right. And again, the biggest thing, man, is all the adversity, man. From the accident that happened, man, from the shooting incident or whatever to in the magazine, man. That's taking it. That could have been the wrong way. You could have took it a whole different way, man, and then like been looking for revenge or whatever. Eventually got the guy who got did whatever, and then eventually just that circle, man. And I've been in I've been in situations, man, where like I people did stuff, man, and like I've had weapons, man, and right before I'm about to commit the act, like somebody I'll think about something my uncle said or something like that, man, and like if I didn't do that, man, I'd probably be somewhere locked up in Baltimore right now, man. You know what I mean?
Don't get it twisted. Sometimes, like if you're back against the wall.
Oh yeah, I mean you definitely got it. Yeah, you definitely got it. That's
better than
that's definitely going to be. I mean that's why I told where's tell actually that's why I don't hang out down there, man, because you see through that fakeness, man, and it's like people who like they think they real until like it's in their face, man. And one of the most like kind of like chill like it's kind of like if you guys out there watch anything with Michael Jai White. You know what I mean? I watched a movie about him. I watched a movie about him, The Hard Way. Yeah, The Hard Way the other day, right? The Hard Way. I was like, and he's like that chill. Yeah, he's like that chill. Yeah. Like, and he gives you that chance to like this dude go away, and dude still want to run his mouth. Like, all right, man. You know what I mean? And dude, let's give it to him and then go back to his drink. And it's like it's people out there like that, man. And that's what you got to realize. And being a fight and everything, like it's unassuming. And so until somebody says something, you just don't assume like everybody out there can handle themselves, and everybody ain't got to be a golden gloves. And it's like you go out there running your mouth, man, and you actually know you're softer than a banana. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and then you're gonna roll up on the wrong guy. And everything. Yeah, man. So that's just
get cut up.
Yeah. So that and shit, a lot of dudes down here, when they think the Japanese guys are, are all soft, and they don't realize Yakuza run down here, man.
Of course.
And it's Masawa, but you don't Masawa, whatever. No, it's there. If you got that street smarts, I've seen drops, I've seen pickups. I've been on there and everything. You just watching. You see a dude going to cut. I know what's going on.
I seen motherfuckers just come by.
Don't say nothing.
No. Yeah. All facts. Like, motherfucker be on the ground bleeding. Like, he got his ass for about 6 people. Yeah. Police asking him what's happening. Motherfucker don't know what happened. Yeah. Like, several times. Yeah. Just out and about from Kabukicho back to Roppongi. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's definitely. I mean, Japan got that. Definitely is a beautiful country, man. But you got the. It's bad. It's bad everywhere, and especially if you find out, man. Actually, it was a guy, man. He was from Chicago, man. I don't want to say his name and everything, but he was here. I don't think he was in the music. I'd seen him around some music guys, but I never seen him. I think he did rap, and I think they lost a contract. Something happened here where he went down south and he started selling like drugs or whatever. And they warned him like 3 times to don't sell drugs here. But then he's like, he's from some part of Chicago, man. He looked like a kind of rough guy, and they kept telling him like I'm from here, whatever. And then they had the Nigerian guys hung him and took him in the forest and hung him from a tree, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like now, well, you ain't, you're from Chicago, but you died here in Japan. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're in there, and no matter how tough you are, man, like when you look at it, like we're in that backyard, man. You know what I'm saying?
True story.
So you got to definitely be careful with street smarts. And,
definitely. Yeah. I tell you one thing though, I ain't gonna get into too much detail.
Yeah, man, I definitely want to incriminate nobody.
I'm a humble guy.
Yeah.
And just don't. I don't go looking for trouble.
Right.
But if trouble find me, I can take it.
It basically all we saying, man, is for all those guys up there, man, is just be mindful, definitely carry yourself in a respectful way, man, but just definitely don't bite off more than you can chew.
Exactly.
And that's a lame way to say it, but definitely don't do that, man, because there's people out there that really don't want to do nothing with bad stuff.
Yeah. Ooh, next thing you know.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I didn't want that. Like, well, you act like it.
Motherfucker come to Chicago and like, and they tell them, hey, don't do this. Even though I tell motherfuckers, a perfect example, you ain't from the city, fix your fucking hat. I know some people that'll take that shit serious, man. The way you turn your hat, I guess in Cali, you know, everybody different. Cali trip off red and blue, but
Right.
in Chicago, the gang culture is kind of crazy. Like the way you wear your hat, left or right, could actually get you killed over a fucking hat. And ask me how do I know this? No, not because I'm gang banging, with just growing up in Chicago, you exposed to this.
Most guys who like if I had any reason to do anything in the city of Chicago, the street smarts would tell me you get with somebody who, like if I'm going to your town for whatever reason and I know you from there, I'm gonna check. It's like it's called checking in for those guys who are not street smart. If you're going to somewhere else that you know that it's not Holly, it's not It's just
like, you know what I'm saying. Like,
you're not going to Rodeo Drive. You're not going to.
Like if I don't know, Tokyo, and I know this man know Tokyo,
right.
Like I'm gonna link with him. I'm trying,
right.
You know what I'm saying.
It just alleviates the
situations. Gotta be a negative too.
And that's why I want to get you with Greg, because he know like he just knows all of the, and he's fully fluent. So him being fully fluent, he's been able to get situations that happen that normally wouldn't happen and get out of situations where people would normally they're about before the Yakuza guys running there and they about to start smashing people, and he's like, nah, hold up, this is what happened. And they're like, oh, okay, well, let's go out and drink. So now you don't turn it all the way around, and now they want to party with you because they got, before they just thinking there's some dudes, other Americans here doing whatever and just acting out. So they labeled everybody there. I rode by myself, and
I rode
and
too,
and the biggest thing, man, like that straight eye contact, and then like you can tell if you put them in a line who's affiliated. Like this guy maybe is Yakuza, this guy is normal. Then you got some guys that are unassuming, but when you get your posture, how you look direct. When you do say something, you ain't doing like that funny Japanese. You speak in the real Japanese with your voice. Then they like, all right, well, this guy's he's not one of those people, man. So again, it's not being a hard ass or hard guy. It's just anywhere in the world, man. It's just knowing where, and that's where like the hip hop culture and kind of tying everything back, man. It's Again, not that, people say, well, you can't be street smart if you're from Iowa, stuff like that. There's a street smarts in Iowa that even if, like, we have the urban street smarts for the city, but then if we go to, like, somewhere in a whatever, away from the city, and it's like they call it the city slickers or whatever, like, we ain't got the street smarts of let's say, the farm smarts, or however you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? But it's codes and culture everywhere, man. So when you definitely, guys are there, when you travel, if you're going somewhere that, again, that's a little bit, they say people go to Chicago on vacation, they leave in a body bag and stuff, like I hear, man.
I seen something on the, I was watching a podcast one time when they was talking about this, happened more recent. I told my homie, because he from the city too. Yeah. I say, he say him and this girl going down to the Dominican Republic. I say, be careful. People come up missing in the Dominican Republic. It was a couple where they had, like, out of New York, I believe. Where they made it look like it was an accident, but if you leave a resort, what I'm saying? It's a wrap. I guess these people, he showed the map where they was driving. It was so fucking far from a resort where if you driving there at night, you think people gonna help you, they gonna rob you. Whatever little thing you get, man.
Oh yeah, that's definitely, man. That's
rural country type shit.
Yeah, we going and they know about the the tourism, so they waiting for those gullible people to think like everything's all good, man. And they put on that front so they get you. Puerto Rico is one of the same place too, man. Like you go down there. I never been, but I just heard like a lot of stories, man, where I was like, wow, man, I didn't know. Puerto Rico, they take dudes up, and I guess up in the, they go up in the mountains or whatever, and like kill people and do all this other stuff, and tourists.
A lot of low key Oregon harvest.
Oh yeah,
is going on in Chicago too, man.
Yeah, so then and they lower
focused on the shooting.
Yeah, and they do that in Chicago.
Man, some shit going down, man. Like you be surprised, man. I just seen on the news the other night was one chick cut another chick, because somebody told me, they brought it to my attention today. They're like, did you see that? No, I'm like, I need to run that back. I guess the girl was pregnant. They sent a Facebook message like, if you want some baby clothes, come over here. I know you about to have a baby. Tied her up to the truck. cut her over and took the baby out. What type of shit is that, man? You got some sick people in this world.
Yeah, that's
that
crazy.
Shit's just sadistic. You feel me?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But that's. But again, man, that's definitely, man, out there, man. Guys, use your heads, man. The social media stuff, like you see, social media for myself and you led to your magazines, my magazines, like is a major plus when used properly. But also, man, you know, if they, I don't know, I'm pretty sure if we Google right now, there's a statistic of untimely deaths as a result of, you know, social media, man, setting up those meetings, because it's like everybody, like, oh, everybody's cool, you know, you talk to those people, man, there's some real screwed people out there that ain't got no intentions but bad, and they you know, some people was really good, man, where they're good at masking, you know, the psychopaths, you know, sociopaths or whatever.
At one time when Chief Keef and the whole era was coming out, you know what I'm saying? A tweet could get you killed. They like, hey, tweet your location. Rival gangs.
But what's that dude, XXX?
I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
I know.
Because you know, right before when they got him or whatever, he tweeted he going he gonna go buy. And I told, even before that, man, I told my wife, man, I'm like, man, don't, like, when we go to Tokyo, I'm like, you post the pictures after we come back.
Exactly.
Because, like, you start.
I'm not even that famous.
Right.
But you got to move. Like, it's just moving smart.
Yeah, people.
You got your shit. You don't want to. It's basically, if you start doing that shit now, you telling everybody, look, the shop is, you know, free. The house is free.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You
exactly.
Gotta think so.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you think like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people,
I got, you know, I got the.
Oh, it's Japan. No, I treat everybody.
Oh yeah.
Like it's.
Yeah.
But even though I have left my door open here in Misawa, like 10 times by mistake.
Yeah.
Like one.
But no, it's definitely there. It's just definitely that. And I normally post on the way back, or I got cameras here and stuff like that, so I can see everything, man. But you definitely don't want to be like, oh, day one of the excursion, okay? And then you, like, people like they're not smart. Like they'll be on Facebook, man. Like, are we gonna be gone for a whole week and like posting we're at the airport now, like that play by play. Like, you know, from other experiences, man, that you know, you don't want to be announcing where you're at, because people see that, man. People see that.
Somebody could hate you that secretly follow you every day. Yeah. Especially if you got a public
you gonna be
page.
there?
Like, you know,
my
page ain't private. I'm an artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want everybody to tune in my music. That's why I don't try to display negativity on my page and on my wall. It's all about the music. But if you tap into my stories, sometimes my stories can get crazy. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're not writing country music, man. So it's like, it's definitely, again, it's
country music. Shout out to Lil Nas X with that Old Time Road, man.
Oh really?
He linked up, man. That's like one of the hottest songs in the country right now.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Man.
They took it off country charts on some racist type shit. But I guess when Billy Ray Cyrus jumped on that joint, you know.
Shout out to Molly. it's like that's crazy, man. And Molly is Billy, you know, like that's crazy. You know, she chilled out. Like, you don't really. I guess she was last time I seen she was dating the dude from 3 6 Mafia, Juicy J. Yeah, then she probably got a fill of black guys maybe, and she back to the normal guys. She just like fell off.
Bro,
like she just like.
That's one thing about. That's why I'm rocking the Twister shirt. Man.
Yeah.
Like, Twister, man, been around since the 80s, man. He just still going. That's why I guess they say longevity, man. Just keep grinding. Twister got to be like 45, damn near.
Yeah, I know he was in the 80s, man. But yeah, you got that Twister, and then you had the Twister, then you had the, you know, there was that small within the 90s, man. Bone Thugs, and it was like that crucial conflict was kind of it was that little that one summer, man, where all the where people was like, man, what's up? I can't understand this, and then it was like that everything hit,
everything was hit,
and then they figured out it was an art, and then then you see dudes like you can see like evolution of like
trends, new guys like slump.
Or even old new guys like Busta even started because when he first came out, he had his style, but then like he started doing that and then like flipping that, and like that became right. Yeah, man.
You gotta come with it. This nigga get on your record talking crazy.
He's like, no, I gotta match that,
man. To work with.
And Twista and Bone, they did a track.
They squashed the beef. Yeah, at one point
they were like saying who
started that shit.
I forgot the name of the track, man.
tongue twist his ass back to Chicago. That shit was crazy, man. Kicked off the whole beat.
Yeah, man.
Midwest.
So what you got what you got going on, man, for the next any events coming up, far as like any club showings?
My going away party.
Yeah.
Actually gonna be a house party.
Oh,
so I don't want to kind of I did the club, so it's kind of like
more
and I watch everything, how everybody move. I'm in the hip hop community here, smaller myself. So, everybody that fuck with me, been fucking with me lately, they can get an invite, come through.
Invite only, man.
But people that kind of fuck with me off and on, you need to fuck with me all the way. I'm performing, you know what I'm saying? This is gonna be my joint. You can perform too. But it's definitely a house party, barbecue style type of going away, and then I might do something at Hills. But other than that, we looking shoot with Will Gates, Open World Films out of Chicago. Shoot a couple movies up there. Basically when I get back to Japan from Chicago, hit up Gaia K. We're about to get ready to shoot a movie down there to doing what I gotta do. That's gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're looking to drop Foreign Affairs any day. The Foreign Affairs EP coming out any day. And they got a lot of thanks on there, man. Now that I've been on this podcast twice, I gotta go back in that bitch and shout you out.
But yeah, no, we definitely we're gonna run that back. Man. Yeah, man. So we definitely gonna run that back because I was like, man, like I said, that last one was good information, but it was like the sixth one. It was this, and if you watch from the first to now, man, it's a big jump, and it was like I already had the stuff. It's just. I had to, again, everything's not gonna be perfect out there, guys. So when you're looking to do something, man, just, you gotta stick with it, and it'll mature. Yep. And the only repetition is the best.
If Jordan would have quit in his college game, when he lost, you think he'd have 6 rings? No. Yeah. What happened?
And set for 3 lives. You know what I'm saying? And his kid, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know his family situation, man, but being, in that situation he's in, man, he could definitely, that hard work, man, it pays back. Seeing the progression in the hip hop scene and all that stuff again, man. Props for the magazine major. Because again, it's always, when it's like, all right, whatever, but like somebody that that's in there.
That's crazy. It's funny.
It's very big, man.
I know what you're saying about the hate, like how the shit come about.
Oh yeah.
I was in motherfucking BX, right? Checking out. I'm like, check this out, man. You won't believe this. So I show one of the old guys, and he like, oh, that's you made it, man. That's big. He said, I seen
you talking about the
BX?
Said, yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Kind of look like dude from
I know you're talking about
Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah.
So this dude's
old guy.
Yeah.
We already know who he is. Yeah. Because his we talking about the same guy. His grandsons are like in the Japanese thing now here, man.
Oh, that's what's up. He was like, I've been here a long time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I ain't never seen no cats. He started naming some names. I was like, oh, hold up. Like, he was like, I ain't seen such and such and them and such and such and them. XXL, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Like, you going places. I'm like, nah, this is, like a stepping stone. You got to look at it like it's a check mark, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a solid dude. Like, so, it's just like if he said, man, I ain't never seen Pinku style in the magazine.
Yeah.
Be like, hold up, man.
Yeah.
But we know.
No, it's all good. But no, that particular guy, man, his grandsons are like in two of the biggest bands in Japan.
That's
so they got their parents are back here and everything. So people out there who watching know who we talking about.
Yeah,
I'll probably I ain't gonna name drop because actually I'll probably I'll link stuff up. I'll probably get 1 or 2 of them on the show. You know what I mean, to do that stuff up because that stuff right there, man. It's not like I'm not using nobody because like I said, the thing is I'll put it out there and if they ignore me, I ain't gonna hit them up, and then I'm not gonna be bugging nobody to
dick ride.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. Because I could hit up. No. Because I could hit up his dad or whatever. Like, hey man, could you nah. I ain't gonna do that. But they'll see it. This thing will get big, man. Like coming on here, man. People will see it again. The people like the stuff, and the quality is getting better and better. Again, this the first. Like I had a few guys, man. Like and that. when you first start making your music, putting it out there, it's like, man, ain't nobody hearing it. You got to stay with it, man, because those first like 20, 30, 40 episodes, you get like 20, 40, 50, 100 or something views, and then it gets shared by that one person. You know what I mean? This one is better, so I know this one gets shared around, and it gets shared around, man, and then like it goes up, man. People like, oh man, like I got about 13.
I got an app that know how to take this whole once you chop it up and everything, and then I can put like the best parts on that bitch. I can trim it to like, if we talking like one key part, like kind of motivation.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I did that too, man. But I'm gonna start doing that more.
Do that with my Instagram. I always do it now. Like, this joint coming out, like
how I roll, man.
It's lit.
The audio, the audio will be up tonight, man.
Outside and still feel like
it's daytime.
Yeah,
because the last time we came, it was actually daytime, but it was. You notice I blacked that out. It was daytime, but that it was so bright in the background. It was like focusing on the back, and we're dark skinned and everything. So it was then but man, the progression, and everybody see it. When guys come in here and they see like the lights, man, and it just it feels like it's more worthwhile. You know what I'm saying? Like, rather than being like in a bathroom somewhere.
Oh yeah, man. Shout out to everybody in Japan, man. Pinku style too.
Yeah.
Anybody, I just want to say while we live, anybody need some sponsors or looking for sponsors, y'all can sponsor me, man. Nastyflow Records. I'm still on the come up, still on the grind. Like, I ain't asking for a handout, but you know what I'm saying? I'm most definitely looking for sponsors.
Yeah. So we definitely we ain't done, man. So what I'll be doing with this podcast too is bass is here, but like I said, with the technology, man, I got the mobile mics, which I did one actually at Fukushima last week. So like the podcast is mobiles, man. So like when you're down there, I'm on the road, so like I know where Kanagawa is. Like, hey man, what's up? Yeah. We stop in, just get a light. I get the lights. I got the lights can fold up and put in your backpack. So again, man, there's no excuse out there not to grind, man. If they can't come to you, go to them. If it's benefiting your thing, man, and again, it's a progression. So again, this is 2 episodes out of this year, man. Maybe it'll be another year or so, but I guarantee you, when I link up with you, it'll be more progression and more progression. And then what I'm looking for, I'm already calling right now, is that cover. You know what I mean? You got to make it like that's the way I do it, man. If you want to, to me, it's verbal goals, man. It's those verbal goals where like if you say it, I remember back in 2001, 2002. I was racing the car around, and like I had an idea that I was going to join the military to get to Japan, and this was like, and I joined in 2005, so it was 3 years, so it wasn't, so I kind of like, guys are like laughing at me because I crashed my car, and I was like, I think I'm gonna join the military, and it was because I met a guy who joined, and then he did some other stuff and everything, and he got some, he got over there. So anyway, the path I chose of leaving college and doing what I did, I ended up in Japan, man. So I was spoken into existence, man. And that's a deep thing, man. Like I just know, no matter how deep right now it's end of the month, I gotta come up with the money. It's like, dude, I should be stressing, but I'm like, all right, I'm like, dude, I've been open 3 years, and those 3 years out of maybe 6 months out of those 3 years, I mean, for 6 months, I'll say how to put this in to make people understand. Probably 6 months out of since I've been open, has been like I've had over enough to cover. But every month after that, I've been a buzzer beater, man. Like every month, man. Every month has been like, I'm like, dude, and making it happen, man. And it's like, I got a little bit more grades from it. Internal, I'm not gonna show it outwardly, man. But it's like, dude, life is gonna happen, man. We all going to pay taxes, die, and all that stuff, man. Don't stress it, man. Just make it happen. Relax, because if you start stressing out and spazzing out, you're taking away that power to make stuff happen, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's when, like, all right. And I told my wife, she's stressing out. I'm like, dude, I'll make it happen. I'll be here till 4 a.m, but we're gonna get the rent paid. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I want to be real about people like that about, man. Yeah, I got this podcast. Yeah, I got the shop. I run my business. I'm my own shot caller, but to get in that position, man, you got to be vulnerable. You got to be willing to take those leaps out there. You got to be willing to take that cash you just got from whatever settlement or whatever, put that back in your music versus like spending it on like something that's not tangible. You know what I mean? Or that I call it the expensive piss. When you just, I mean, and if you got it like that and you can afford it and everything's cool.
Even if you got it like that, like,
but it's like
shit doesn't last forever.
Yeah, it don't last
so
forever, man.
You never know.
Because all the stuff I got, man, eventually is going to go away at some point, maybe 30 years from now, maybe 20 years from now. But, you know, I mean, you gotta take advantage of that while you're in it and make the most of it. My thing right now, I got kids, man, so I'm looking to set them up. So I grind and I keep it 100 with my customers and everything because I'm not going to allow other people to knock me off course. The only person to knock you off course is yourself, man.
Because it's just like if I gave up, you know what I'm saying?
You want to be there. You want to be in the, you know,
I wouldn't be on there. Icky Tha Don, Best of Icky Tha Don DVD. I still be on L-Town Crazy 1. Some cats put out like one album, be like, I'm the shit. I'm in the rap.
And you're done.
No,
you join the 40,000 other SoundCloud rappers, man.
Man. It's a grind.
Yeah. No, man, you don't like it.
It's still not over.
Highly
it's
impressed,
just a
man.
visual for me. Like sometimes I have to look at my shit and be like, you know, damn, like, you know, I came a long way. It went from, you know, can I get studio time to fucking waking up in the morning, taking a piss, and walking in another room and go record out my house.
Oh no, dude, that
feels good.
Feels good, man. It feels good. Feels good.
Like a point where I'm trying to learn the skill a little bit more, and this is self-taught, so like you know, on some poor righteous teachers type shit.
Nah, man, we're gonna get you on the Breakfast Club, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, hey, that shit would be sweet too, man.
Yeah,
Shout
man.
out to Charlotte, man.
Yeah.
Grinding artist, man. I'm out here, man. I'm black man in Japan with another black business owner in Japan. Yeah, we out here grinding, just doing our thing, man. So.
But it's definitely the last. Like I said, you're gonna hear from Mickey right here. Like I was telling you guys right here, Pinku style is definitely up to doing mobile. So I'll be doing, you know, not taking requests or interviews right now. Again, only looking to work with my circle and get my guys out there because again, these are the people that I know genuinely. And, you know, one thing, message I put out there for you guys, because people ask me when I'm going to get this guy on, when I'm going to get that guy on. I don't chase nobody out there, man. And don't chase behind anybody to be in their life. If they want you to be in their life, they'll hit you back up. If I hit this guy up and he messages me right back, I know he's down for me and the cause he want to promote and stuff like that. If I hit him up and he don't message back, which I've done a few people since I started, and it says red on it, all right, cool. And it's been like 2 months. That means you don't want to talk, man.
A record deal tomorrow for $1 million, and this dude hit me up.
Man.
Guess what I'm gonna try to get back to? You know what I'm saying? And if I can't, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna do something. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in a dope position where I could, you know what I'm saying, help his position out too.
Right.
That's
not networking one-on-one, man.
I'm just a genuine dude like that because who else gave me the platform or got a podcast going on out here? Right. I don't know. Right. So, you know.
I think I'm the only one, man.
That's crazy,
I think I'm the only one, man. So, like, you know.
It's other minds, like, people just, everybody.
Yeah, there's a few guys that talking about it. And I was talking about it, actually. You know not thinking about it. I was talking about it for like 6-7 months. Like I was mentioning, I had the mic in there, but I had the mic sitting over there. And I just didn't really, I just kept saying it and saying, like, man, you know. And then one day, man, I had knocked some cars out, and I was like, man, I bought my sound card in here, and that's when I just like hit record on the live, and it was the quality was bad because I didn't have the lights, and I only had that light lighting me up, and it was just like dark, and but still it was like, all right, it's a start, and then from the first, and this is only and it's only 17 episodes ago, because this is 17, so in that. Within 20 episodes, you see the progress, and it's going to get even better when I can get better mics and stuff like that, and a better. The camera I got right now, shooting with is like a 1080p. Is like, I think that thing is 2013, 2012 technology. You know what I mean? So they got the 480, the 4K and all the stuff you see with the new.
They coming out with 8K or.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. It's getting crazy. So I mean, it's standard. You know, the thing is, most guys it'll say 4K, but most guys output in 1080p 60 frames because it
don't eat up a lot of
that, and most people ain't even on 4K bandwidth. Right. So you know what I mean, you'll have 4K, but it's like only 10% of the people that can utilize that.
Like I tell artists out here too, you gotta use what you get until you can maximize that shit. If you know you code, like everybody be like, why don't you get Logic or Pro Tools? I don't know how to fucking use GarageBand. Once I perfect GarageBand, you know what I'm saying? As I start getting up, and I'm like, damn, I know how to record.
Well, that's because a lot of guys, it's good to take advice from people, man, but they think they see that formula like this is what Future did. So they're gonna try to follow that. Like Future, you ain't Future, you ain't got Future, you ain't Future, you ain't got Future connects.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it comes down to who you know. And it's like if you bring in a heat or whatever, and it's not only hip hop, it's whatever your thing is. You're gonna get recognized, man. It's like you're not gonna be. In today's age, you're not going to be good, extremely good at something and talented, and nobody ain't going to see it.
And sometimes you got to have some other shit going on, just like, you got the whole Pinku style shopping, you drifting, and now you got the podcast. Like, I know guys, like, they was on the internet, like, Boom Gang, for example. They was doing crazy shit, running around doing, like, crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? Fat Boy Gang, getting clout, like, or doing comedy shit. Building up the streams, and then boom, I rap too.
Yeah.
Oh, what? He rap like he ain't got all this clout from doing all this crazy shit. Now these people ain't got no choice but to fuck with your album because you just sold them.
Yeah, and that link, that's actually one of the things too, man. And it's easy to keep going on and on. But like you see, prime example, man. Do like The Rock went from playing. You went from like before the playing football in Miami to doing like he had a bunch of random stuff in between. Then he got on a wrestling thing, and then he had that he knew he was using that. Like he didn't make the NFL, but he was like, all right, well, next.
You didn't got your body like.
So now he went from there to undrafted to that to wrestling to now being again set for multiple lives, and like one of the top paid guys in the industry. And then like you see the dude always motivating, man. Like he's one of those people where if you like you people put on a fake persona, and people hit me up because they see me I'm all like usually all chatty. But then when they a shout out Tech 9, he was like, actually he doesn't rap about all the bling, stuff like that. Yeah, man. He's motivating and all these stuff there. And I mean, he could be a jerk if he wanted to. People when they get a certain amount of money, they just become a jerk. Yeah. And but then you could tell a guy like him, like he's happy for what he has, but he knows where he's one of those people where he knows and never forgets where he come from, and what and I mean, dude, I remember, and I'm being real, man. I got a business, and it was days, man, when I went, I'm drawing out of like multiple accounts. And like it's people don't want to believe it. You don't put it online, man. But it's those days where you're looking in a looking in the center console, trying to get enough cash up to get on a toll road or whatever to get to the destination quicker for that business meeting that's going to make you more money. And I've done that, man. I've done. I had to get to this meeting, and I didn't want to take the back roads, and I didn't, dude. I was like minus on my accounts, and this is doing my business, and people don't see stories like that, man. And then like I get to the track, and then like I got to the dude I was hanging out with, picked up that car, flipped that car, and the next thing went from zero, like minus money in the bank, to $2,000 the next day. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people, and it's like, if you want to make it happen, you ain't out there like, oh man, my life, I can't do this and whatever. And the thing is, I could have took the back road, and I would have got there like 30 minutes later, and he could have been gone. So I was like, dude, I want to get there faster and meet this guy, because he said his time is limited. He was like, it was a situation where a lot of people, when they put on that spot, like when somebody walked in there now, like, hey man, can you perform now? Like, let me go get it.
Oh, man,
let me go change my clothes real quick, and I'll meet you there. 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? If some people, like, when they ain't ready to show up, and I've been in that situation where
I've been in the same situation.
Man. About. People like, it's keeping it real, man. Yeah.
I bullshit you not. And Icky Tha Prefecture, they hit me up. He was like, we want you on this radio show.
Oh, that's when you went down there?
Everybody was already turning down Masawa hoes up here, talking about bad songs.
Yeah, man. That's it.
I'm like, man, this is a blessing from God, like, for me to go on this bitch, promote this bitch, and explain, like, it's not what everybody think up here.
Right.
So I'm like, if I got a blessing to speak on a big platform, you know what I'm saying? Even if it is a radio station for this prefecture, it's live.
Right.
In Japan. And then with a translator and everything.
And you one of...
Boy, I got on that toll road like 2-3 hours. I was getting...
Yeah.
I bullshit you not. Constantly under control and everything. But my mind wasn't thinking like, damn, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? God was with me.
I've done so much stuff like that, man.
Like, it was cause coming with that.
Yeah.
So I know if I would some shit would have hit the fan, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like a destination. It was meant for me to go there. And when I went there, it led up like people was trying to, I guess, what's the word? Blackball me out here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? People was doing.
You went
shows,
by yourself?
Everybody was doing. Yeah, I went by myself.
So you're like, oh, why you didn't hit me? Why you didn't hit me up and all that stuff? And,
yeah, but people never hit me up when they do things. You know
man.
No, that's I'm not the type of guy like I don't kiss ass. Like, I'm doing like I said. I'm doing my thing. I try to put like people in my circle, but they never listen. If I bring like an idea, so I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep working at my speed, and you know what I'm saying. Lord willing, everything gonna happen. Like I look at people like that. Like you could be an artist. Like you could have 20 shows, nigga. If I have 4 shows out the year. You know what I'm saying? I make mine count. I make sure my shit, like, you know, is big.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm humble. I just don't be like, okay, I see how they move. These dudes had 20 shows. They know I'm in the community. They know I rap. They know nobody invite me. But then when you do big shit, like, everybody want to be like, oh, what, yo, what's up? Can I come to your shit? Like,
no.
It's just kind of like...
No,
you want some free
it's a two-way street, man. It's a two-way street.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, some people they want that two-way street, but they want to turn it into a one-way, man. So you gotta, and that's the thing, man. Like that, and that's what everybody, man. Like you gotta understand when people finally do. Like the thing is, man, when I get to the point with this business, and you get to that point where money is no object, and you're well off. Everything is paid. You know what I mean? There's a select group of guys, man, that's been supporting me with this business stuff and that people I kind of came up with, that when I get to that point, man, you know what I'm going to do, man? I'm going to get a car, ship it to them like, hey, man, here's a tracking number for what? Here's a car coming to you in the mail. You know what I'm saying? Like,
from what I experience out here, a lot of guys chasing the fame, they get jello.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
it's kind of human nature, man.
I think how it is, like, like the way, some people be like, no, don't put him on the list, like, you know what I'm saying? Because they might feel like he might get more shine than you, or because he got more projects.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if I come perform at this event, just say if it's your event, and I perform at your event, but you, like I guess, bring 3 more other artists to your event, but you see how I'm grinding, they might not be grinding this way, so I might have a booth set up, you know what I'm saying? So I could actually, if they don't pay at the show, I could make off the merchandise, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I might buy, but these other cats might not have that, so they just say, you know what, we ain't gonna put him on, we ain't gonna call him. We know he cold, we know he got a buzz or something, but as soon as you want to shoot a video, you want a youth throw event, everybody want to be front seat. Yeah. And I kind of watch out, I separate.
Yeah, man.
People like that, you gotta watch people like that, you know what I'm saying? If you never hit me up, you have all this stuff going on, and I'm not mad enough because you see I'm doing me, but my thing is just like, don't be expecting like, when you know what I'm saying, the tables turn, like you want to roll at my shit. Yeah,
man, you should. Nobody should do that, man. And that with that, man, is the most guys, like if you're focused on doing your thing, you ain't got time to be thinking. Like, I mean, you ain't got time to be thinking about what somebody else is doing, man. If you got time to think about what somebody else is doing, that means you're not busy enough. You're not engaged enough, man. So even when you start doing your stuff, even when I open a shop, I'm like, well, what is this shop doing? Like, then I'm like what, they ain't doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like, they ain't where I'm from. They ain't been through what I've been through. Like, whatever they doing is irrelevant. And the fact that I can tell my customers I'm a single run shop and I have a higher output than guys that got 6 employees. Why? Because I don't take lunch breaks. I don't do smoke breaks. I don't do all the stuff that halts time. Whereas though I can get more done, and then like I'm willing to, I take care of my family, but they understand too, like, like, hey man, that's first 5 years, that's a sacrifice you got to make, man. And it's like you got to be away from the family sometimes. You want to be there, and you can't go to social events, like what I mean. You got to sacrifice that time. And most people, they just see like tomorrow or next week.
It's like I don't know, man. It's like even in Chicago, I was telling I tell my homies before we had split or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, before I started Nastyflow Records, I was just like, yo, like, let's do this. We should move like this, I'm like, not saying, everybody got a God-given talent. You know what I'm saying? You have to play your role, but the role you supposed to play, some people ain't able to be a boss.
Right, right.
Some people don't have the mentality or the drive to manage this or set this up. So if I'm the brains behind this and I can rap, like, you should kind of follow my lead and trust, especially if we all putting our money in the pot.
Mm.
And I'm type of cat, like, if you put your money in the pot and you just say it's 200 or 300, and then we like 800 short, I might just cover that whole 800 just because I see you trying. You actually
Right.
put something in the pot, and we just blend it together. And when the pot comes, everybody can get a slice.
Yeah.
But people don't think.
Yeah,
Like
some
that,
people
man.
like
It's
some
just,
people like if you
he more,
yeah.
he doing more. He
Yeah.
just trying to get. You know what I'm saying?
yeah
It's
some
not
some
even
people some
about the
people
clout, man.
yeah, and that's again you know we got the hip hop and the business stuff, but it's all genres of stuff, man. When you looking to start a business and everything, man, people want that easy route, easy road, and like the less amount of work, man. And my thing is, you know, you gotta people who I know grinding is well is the same way I am. I look out for, but the people who I know looking trying to get that, they trying to get on that train, attach that caboose to the train or whatever. I have less respect for those type of people, man, because they don't want to grind, man. They don't.
People fake it
Yeah.
too. You
Oh, yeah.
gotta be careful for the fake love too. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
you got people that they proud, they want support from afar, but you know what I'm saying, when they doing their thing, it's just kind of like they be hating on you, like low key, and it's just, you never know until like something real big happen. Like if something real big happen and they don't show that same love they was showing like in the beginning of the brand, you just kind of be like, oh, I know not to like kind
It's all
of
good, man.
kind of feeling something.
And you can't you can't take it
you know,
personal. Can't take
yeah,
it.
you can't, because
Yeah.
it's you know, I watch people do their thing, like, you know what I'm saying, and I ain't mad, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm leaving Masawa, like, you know what I'm saying. I'm about to get like, you know, I did 3 videos, 3 projects, you know what I'm saying, and I'm double XL still going. Like I said, I'm not trying to brag. It's just like, you know, and Sawako son, shout out to her, Eli Hip Hop. She was just telling me like, you know, because we got a poster in the shop which is like every artist, every, you know, DJ from the South. She say some people come in our shop and be like, oh, I know this dude. You know what I'm saying? That shit just made me feel like, damn, the grind is paying off.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like motivation. If they can look at a poster with like 620 dudes on there or 5 dudes or whatever, and point out me. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely
right,
because I was down in Fukushima, man, and it's like I'm in the phase now where the business is getting there, and I'm starting to put the FaceTime out there again, because now the people seen the magazines but they haven't seen me, and then you go out there and you see some guy snickering because of that, those little snide comments. Then they take that like, oh, he can't drive, whatever. Then I go on the track and drive, and they come back and they're like, oh, he can drive. So that article was, so I kind of show up and not like, you know, I walk by myself, and then they notice there's no entourage and everything, and then like I got like, you know, you get that little crew, then you get guys like I think I signed my like some people come ask for autographs or whatever, and that's like weird, man. When they first when they like, can you sign? I'm like, it's like weird. It's like they weird pause, and the guy's like, oh, he want you to sign. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's
and
dope.
It's like yeah, it's like
I got that from
yeah,
when you coke that,
yeah.
man. We had a show down there with Yusuke and whatnot. I have to look out for the people that looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm loyal, man. It's kind of like, even if you help me in the past,
oh yeah,
and even you turned on me in the future, you know, if you got a shout out coming, just because, you know, I ain't fake. I want to let people know the history, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like kind of like, shout out to Pinku style, shout out to DJ Wisdom, shout out to Sawako son, shout out to all my exes. they definitely definitely helped me push that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Satoshi, shout out to Club Hills, shout out to Club Dacha, shout out to DJ Yusuke, shout out to FM Hanabi. Yeah. They definitely helped me too. They pushed my sour on the radio. Like, it was crazy because people was like, we can't play it here. Same people, you know what I'm saying, that said they couldn't play it here. I guess like people was like, oh shit, Icky Tha Don, like his hottest song and his newest single ain't getting played. So when dude hit me up, like, I was a blessing. I'm like, man, that you gotta fight it. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, if I just would have gave up and said, fuck it, man, it's a rap, or damn, this shit too far. But nah, I still was pushing the song.
Right.
Still was making girls twerk to it.
Yeah.
Still, sometimes you gotta put the content with your song. Just hearing the audio could be so bland. Sometimes you gotta put a visual to it to bring more people back to it. So that's what I did, and it was definitely like looking good for me, man. The streams picked up drastically.
Roger that.
You know what I'm saying? $3 here, $5 here to like $75.
So speaking on that, man, where can the guys out there find like your music and you got the YouTube and stuff like that?
You can go to applemusic.com, iTunes.com, Jay-Z's Rock Nation platform. What is it called? Can't think of it right now.
What's
the streaming service he got?
Well, give me all. I'll pretty much. I'll make sure to get all the links down there for the guys who want to, like, you know, the links is easier to find in the searching.
YouTube,
and of course,
well.
YouTube on there. You'll see some of the preview of the DVD. And like I said, I'm gonna pick up 5 copies for Mickey. And like I say, I'll, like, for those guys out there who are watching this, go ahead and like share it around. Let me know you shared it around in the comments, and then I'll pick one of you 5 out of there, send one DVD out there, and the rest you go out there and spend it the hard way, pay it up, and get this guy the money or whatever for his time and everything, man. And, you know, so definitely, you know, I got, you know, I believe one of the, you know, like you say, this magazine, if you're not going to be with all this 5,000 other rappers in the state of Baltimore only. You know, not even counting for the whole rest of the 50 states. There's all these people in there, man. And I mean, there's many people that could be in there and they not. And it's because he worked up there to get himself there and everything, you know. So I definitely foresee more bigger stuff happening, because it's just the beginning, man, just to get that stuff done. And like I say, from the conversation we have on camera, off camera, he's definitely, you know, not a person that's like, I'm here and I'm done, I made it. It's like you just kind of keep going up and up and up until you get to that point where you really know you really made it. And then at that point, you still don't, you know, that's, you got to keep pushing,
so
man.
To say the best, man, the best advice he ever gave to me personally, because I met him a couple of times.
Yeah.
He say, man, keep grinding, because it gets harder
and harder.
And harder.
Yeah. So
like,
So and that's the thing. And that's where everybody, they got this thing, man. Again, that's gonna be an episode next time we meet up. But people got this thing where like they see it on the TV and they think when those people are there, they made it and it's done. That's actually when it gets more stressful, because it's big money. Mm-hmm. Then you got to perform to stay there. Yeah. Like it's just like getting to the NFL. Cool. So what you gonna do now? You gonna get cut from the practice squad, and then you tell people you played in the pros, but you were on a practice squad. You didn't even suit up. That's the same thing. I played Division I football at University of Maryland.
That's what I mean, man. Yeah. I don't want to be a Benny type of dude. Yeah. Like, you know, Benny dudes, they be like, yeah, I've been had CDs, I've been had businesses, I've been.
Well, shoulda, coulda, woulda type people, man. Like, Benny. Dude. When I got this shop, man, 3 dudes hit me up like, yeah, man, I was going to get this building like a year ago. I'm like, well,
stop lying.
I mean, what happened?
That's cap, man.
And this is guys who've been here for like 20 years, and they felt like because I was only here, I got here in 08, and I, you know, in less than 10 years. I've already opened a business and I'm established all over Japan and worldwide.
I bullshit you not. Those same guys that hit you up praying for your damn.
Oh yeah. That's the thing. When soon as they said that, I cut them like right there off. I ain't talked to them since, because I was gonna do this, man. But and like and I told a few guys to their face, eyeball to eyeball, because of who they associate with. I don't trust you. And when I tell them, they're like, oh man, well I just do that. I'm like, well, you work for them.
No, it gets to the point.
You work from. I told when you tell motherfuckers like straight up, they just can't. It's like they blown away by. They not used to being around people straight up, and that's I refuse to even let a situation mature. It's like, no, I'm gonna cut it off right here, man. Like you want service at my shop, you're gonna get it this way, my way.
And trust is hard to come out, and loyalty nowadays. Yeah, man. So it's just like with me, like this, just speaking, just, you know what I'm saying. I don't know if it's out of topic of
no, man. This is a podcast,
it's on
man.
Some real stuff, like if we doing the thotties, you know what I'm saying. Just say me and you cool, we doing the thotties or whatever, or that's whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying. We smashing the same thotties, but if I'm grinding hard, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm dating a girl or whatever, it's just like if you date my ex or you know what I'm saying, especially if we had like bad times or something like that, or you follow my ex, like even on social media, I gotta I can't really trust you because
yeah, because you were
I don't know
yeah.
if you might show my ex, like you following my ex, you might show her some stuff that I'm, you know, going crazy at a party and say, how can I trust you when I hate this girl or we got bad terms? You following her,
and they come like if you come right behind somebody, it's like you were already like kind of like hoping, like you were like, yeah, man, it's my time. Yeah. Like that's why people don't understand that code. Is like you don't. I've had people do it, man. I had two guys hit me up. Cause you know Masao was small, man.
Yeah,
Masao was small. So I had two guys hit me up like, hey man, you mind? I'm like, dude, I'm done with her. Like we.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh. Then 3 weeks later, oh man, I know why you're done. Like, yeah, why would you go? Why would you knowingly going behind somebody?
Yeah, like you can't get like it's all these fish out there. Even it just look awkward. It's just like if you was seriously dating a chick, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I follow this chick that I knew you seriously dating, helping you with your business and everything. It just looked awkward.
Yeah.
Like you cut her off or y'all fell off. It looked like you probably would feel like if I'm in here, you know, hey, look what he got. Look what's going on.
Yeah.
Follow. You really can't trust.
Yeah.
Y'all might, you know, a conversation might come.
That's where that street smarts come in, man. That's where I was telling you, man. Like those people, like I had a few guys, like you know, you had like, but sometimes everybody doesn't get along, man. And you got, you know, you got some guys who are friends with some guys, but they're friends with them because they've been whatever they're getting from them or benefiting from them, they don't care about what the bad stuff they do because it doesn't affect them. And I'm like, my thing is like if you know somebody is doing something like that, man, and like you're just as guilty.
You just gotta be careful.
Yeah, if you turn, so the thing is that's why
they might not know. They might not be a street dude. Some people be so lame like that. Right. They be like so ill-7. Like
people watch you, man.
They don't know. Like, oh man, like you know, I didn't know. I'm just following people, trying to get more followers up, and letting people follow me. But like, I kind of like, especially if I know now. If I don't know them, like, and I'm following you, I don't really know you. So you know, how can I? You know what I'm saying? How can a guy like? But if I know, like, sometimes I try to I ain't gonna say sometimes. Always, I tend to stay away from motherfuckers like that. If I know this was your girl, like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't want to follow her for what she, even if she like my music, she might like my music. But what I need to follow her.
Yeah, you gotta cut. You gotta.
In tune, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It looked like if I follow her, it looked like I could record you, send some sneaky shit to her, like this what he doing. It just don't. It don't sit right for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's just again that's the basic street smart stuff we were talking about again that a lot of people don't have and don't know how to see, and that's why you know I hate to keep but alluding to the business aspect of things is the reason why I operate how I operate. You notice when every time you come here, you never seen some random Joes hanging out here like sitting in the corner like nah, dude. People here for business, drop off their car and leave. Ain't nobody hanging out here, man, because it's. You get people around and people like, oh, well, you hang and it like you don't even know what they doing away from here because I don't fuck when I'm not with somebody, I don't know what they doing. And like I got people, wives hit me up like, hey, is he with you? I'm like, no, he ain't with me. You know I don't hang out there.
Yeah.
Why are you messaging me? Like that's not my
right.
I don't keep tabs on your guy. You know what I'm saying? So then if they come by and see that person there, you hang with him, and that's why like I refuse to.
Situation like that.
Oh yeah, man.
Hit me up like, yo, is he coming to the show?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's not like, you're not keeping like you don't have a diary. Yeah.
Before I met him.
Yeah.
No, I ain't gonna say that. I was friends with you before you was friends with him. So if you know that, you should be asking that guy. Like if these guys on the same, you know what I'm saying, booking or whatever, you should be asking that guy. Whatever beef y'all had, what those drag me, kind of checking in, trying to check tabs like. Hoes do hoe shit sometimes. You kind of like, nah, this ain't me. So, you know, me being a real one, I call this dude up like, hey, yo, this joint down here in such and such prefecture, asking for you. He was like, oh, man, what you say? I was like, nah.
Yeah.
You should check it. Though.
Yeah.
You know what
you
I'm
just
saying?
give him a heads up.
I'm just letting you know. Yeah.
Before she says something. Because that's what you do. They got to do that, man. You get to him first because you know, they'll probably delay it and like, oh, well, you.
I be checking in these streets of Massawa too, man. Like, hey, you heard anything about me? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you got, like, I don't want to be out here dapping and cooling with people that's
Right.
yapping. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got a problem. Like, I should know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people try to play that role and be like, "Oh, what's up, Icky,
Yeah, man.
And just be like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that nigga, man."
Yeah, that's one. I mean, even with like me personally, man. Like, I'm not. I would never. It's a big thing, man, and I hope I push it on other people.
Like you burn bridges.
Yeah, that, and I never speak on anybody who, like, I never say nothing about somebody that I ain't already say to them. Cause like if you're talking shit about somebody to somebody else, the thing is that person, if you willing to open your mouth up about somebody to somebody else, the thing is they know, like, you get the same way you're putting your mouth on the other person, you could do that to them. Right. So like only time if I tell somebody something, this most I planted some seeds before where, like, I think this person, and then when it gets back to me, I never talk to that guy because I know it's like you put it out. So I told somebody something that I only told him. And then, about a particular like car stuff, man.
Yeah.
And I ain't told nobody but him, and I know I didn't post it. Exactly. And I was like, 3 days, man. 3 days. 3 days it got back to me from somebody else. I'm like, oh well, guess what? I ain't talking to you no more.
Yeah.
Guess what? I ain't having no much because it was in our first open, and it was a dude who. I got a little bugs in there. He was spying from another shop that's here who I don't deal with, and I got my reasons for not dealing with this person. I told him straight up, it's just not how I work, and I can't be affiliated with that type of stuff. So like, you gotta, it's like, you watch the movies and like, I'm gonna do that, and that actually works, man. Humans are. There's not that many different types of humans, man. You got that, and again, the loyal thing, man. Like you said before, you brought that up, man. That's why I stayed in myself. But people who I don't ask for help a lot. I don't ask for help at all. It's actually one of my nobody's perfect. And that's one of my things, man. I don't ask for help till it's too late. Sometimes I work through it. In case of point, the other day, man, I almost died in here the other day. Like I was hurting my back. I was trying to maneuver an engine around. The engine, I was moving some stuff around the shop, fell off the engine hoist, and the chain hit me behind the head, man. Like the chain swung off, 600 pounds of pressure, and when it likes you work, you work around cables, so when those cables let go, that 1,000 pounds of pressure, it's on that cable, it cut you in half. And that thing hit me in the back of the head. Luckily, I got a hard hit, like you said. Yeah. Luckily, because it hit me like here, and like I was dazed for a second, man. Then did a little system check, did my ABCs, counted to like 50, and I was like, all right, I'm cool, man. But that's and the thing is, that situation, man. I actually did ask somebody for assistance, and they didn't come through, man. And I let them know the next day, man. Like, what I mean? Like, dude, I asked you to come here, and I already talked to him about it, so I'm not talking behind his back. I was like, dude, man, like I don't ask for help much at all, man. But when I do, and then like he said he came through, and the thing about it, I was here until 3:00 in the morning, so that never happened. You never came through. Wow. So he figured that I left at 8, and like, no, I was here at 3 a.m. So nobody never came here, and I'm like, that right there was a damaging kind of. I was kind of. Oh, like yeah, I mean, I talked to him about it, man, because he's a young cat. Yeah. So, and he's not really from that environment. So I'm like, dude, you say stuff like that to people.
Gotta keep it solid.
Yeah, man. You don't. That's why even if you hit me up and if you call me on my phone and you say, hey man, where you at? And you know what I mean, like what's up or whatever. If we even on that level where we checking in stuff like that, like I'm at Lawson's, not where you're going to be at. So you tell the motherfucker, like, I'm at the shop when you actually he's at Coco's, and you see him sitting at Lawson's, but he's like, I'm at the shop, like, nah, like I'm telling you, if somebody ever, if I could say if I got, not say give him an excuse, but if it's somebody I don't mess with, like I'm busy, right, later. You know what I mean? I'm not giving like where my 10-4, but even that, man, that's small stuff, man. And the cool thing, man, it's happened where like somebody hit me up like, hey man, like what's up? Like it'll be like some petty stuff. Like they'll be at the light and they'll see me somewhere and they'll ask me where I'm at. I'm like, I'm here. That's and then somebody and then they be like, oh cool, I'm at the light. And it's like, if I would have said I'm there somewhere else, then to them they would have been like, well, he's he's fake. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's where moments like that, man, people reveal themselves and saying all of the same, man, be careful out there. Yeah. People out there listening. We kind of went way over a little bit. It's at 1 minute, then like 30 minutes. It's real stuff, man, out there. Again, we ain't know it alls, man, but we've been from situations. We've been to situations and from locations where, You know what I mean? Not being smart about stuff, man, will get you killed. Seriously. Just to not to make it like, you know, not all, being all rosy, man. Dealing with the wrong guys, going in the wrong situation. You don't trust your gut. Like, you know, a situation is a bad situation, man. It probably is. And you can see stuff unfolding like this is going to go down. You feel the energy.
Yeah.
You know it's going to.
Very bad.
It's like,
son.
it's like,
especially if you've been there before.
Yeah, you're looking around. This guy's looking here. This guy's shaking. This guy's tweaking. This guy's keep picking up his pants because he got a knife or something and is weighing his pants down. And you only got a belt on and stuff like that. It's like you got to be smart, man. So, you know, social media stuff is great for promotion. But again, remember out there, people watching you, your worst enemy is watching you.
Yep.
So don't be doing no play-by-play because they'll meet you at your destination, you know, and you won't come back to your originating point, you know what I mean? So definitely be careful out there. So again, got Icky right here, man. Thanks again for stopping through. It's definitely not the last time. And like I say, you do watch out for this guy. Definitely coming out there to be a force because, I mean, I've listened to the L-Town Crazy too, like seriously about 30 times, and I got to go back in time. I ain't got the L-Town Crazy 1, and you know, get that on. I pretty much memorized every track on there, man. And it's like I've been in hip hop since personally, I would say, like I guess I was since around like 96, 97 is when I become coherent to what I'm really hearing and not just noise. So obviously like 96, 97 and all that stuff. And I went back in time. So I've heard a lot of hip hop, a lot of different underground stuff. And like, I mean, definitely, man, from what I hear, man, like you should already be on, man. Like, man, seriously. Like, I'm telling you, man.
That's what's funny.
Yeah, the stuff.
One thing about me now, like if fans, everybody that's watching in the streaming world or YouTube world, y'all tuning into the channel, you're watching Pinku Style, you know what I'm saying, podcast with Icky Tha Don, and Pinku Style right here. So we just basically talking about, like, you know, him listening to my music or whatever, giving me feedback, and I appreciate that. But I was just telling him, you know, backing him up, like, this ain't the first time I heard that, like, I should be on. But, you know, with hearing stuff like that just keeps the fire burning, and keeps me driving. I look at it like this too, you know what I'm saying, on another end, like, you know, I'm the type of artist, if you buy my CD from a corner, if I sell it to you in the club, wherever I sell this to you at, you could find it digitally. And
no excuses.
Another thing about me also, you always, every year, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to try my best to give you some new material. So, you know what I'm saying, I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying, as long as I'm still breathing, you know what I'm saying, you will hear some new music from me every year. I'm trying to make a holiday, my birthday, a permanent holiday where I drop something new every year, plus other projects, you know what I'm saying. But November 6th would be just like, you know, a special day in hip hop, you know what I'm saying, where I just have my own day. Yeah, it's my birthday, but usually that's how I've been doing it. I drop an album on my birthday, so it's called Icky Day or Nastyflow Friday. I also kind of want to be looking out for Fat Boy Fridays, where I just go to a restaurant, and I eat there, and I give a review whether the food was good or bad. It's just kind of like, you know, to coincide with my music, to, you know, that way you got some other content to look at in between, you know what I'm saying, doing my music. And when Fat Boy Fridays run dry, with me just running around and everything, eating at every restaurant, I'm going to start cooking in my studio, you know what I'm saying, in the kitchen, bringing you like good-ass Chicago-style food or just shit you could whip up. You know, they say make America great again. I say make America cook again.
Yeah.
Do it, man.
But all right, again, you got that. Got Icky Tha Don here coming from Chicago. Definitely check out those links down there I put in the bottom. Check out his feeds. Check out the digital music and everything. And again, like I said before, I'm gonna get the DVDs, and one of you will get a free copy mailed out to you, all expenses paid. All you gotta do is go ahead and share this on your at least Twitter, Instagram, and stuff like that to get that network going. Pink Style tag Icky Tha Don in there, and it's, you know, again, spread the love and everything, and support you know, support real people, man, because there's a lot of people out there faking it, man. But you got two people here who are really grinding it from the bottom up and making it happen out there. So, you know, definitely go ahead and you know, there's a lot of mediocre stuff out there that's higher than what it should be, but not hating their style. They met the right person, they networked, and they got on. So not hating on them, but again, there's guys out there that's doing it. They're really serious about it, and you know, they're gonna bring you the best stuff. So again, thank you guys for taking your time out to check out this podcast, and go ahead and like, subscribe, and share, and do all that good stuff. And just stay tuned for more. Like, again, there's more coming. This is only the beginning still, and definitely we're gonna link up again, man. So thanks for coming out.
Too many of you niggas be wearing that polo shit, man, so I had to create my own lane and come with the Lacoste. Please believe my closet full of it.
I'm so fresh, I'm in style, snapping like a crocodile. Got Lacoste up on my body, what Lacoste up on my body. I'm so fresh, I'm in style, snapping like a crocodile. Got Lacoste up on my body, what Lacoste up on my body. Call me Super Mr. Clean in that all white Lacoste. Golden diamonds on my necklace, yeah that motherfucker cost. When I visit Oahu, I shop in all of Moana. My shirt is green like iguanas, I'm really making this walla. And I'm all about dollars, that's why your girl wanna holler. For now she at the Ramada, she suckin' and she gon' swallow. I rock the green and white top with the matching flip-flops. White jackets used to rock polo, now they all on my job. I got a lot of Lacoste, retailers know how I rock. Nastyflow records reppin', man, I got this rap shit on lock. I hit the club, they be watching, and I think they be plotting. You move the wrong way like circuit breakers, nigga, I'm poppin'. I got the pink Lacoste shirt, exclusive colors I do. I got so many flavors, I can donate one to you. I got the croc on my kicks, check out the strap on my shoe. I got it tatted on me, girls be like, check out his tattoo. It's Icky. I'm so fresh, I'm in style, snapping like a crocodile. Got Lacoste up on my body, what Lacoste up on my body. I'm so fresh, I'm in style, snapping like a crocodile. Got Lacoste up on my body, what Lacoste up on my body. Lacoste up in my closet like I play a lot of tennis. Like a champion, I'm winning, foreign whipping, I be grinning. Lacoste up in my closet like I play a lot of tennis. Like a champion, I'm winning, foreign whipping, I be grinning. Nosy people pocket watching and trying to see how I'm living. I'm just chilling like a villain with my mind up on the million. Even on the bad day, I'm running errands in Lacoste. Niggas broken real life, but on Instagram he a boss. In the club like, hey yo, Icky, how much that bottle cost?